Well, I think you guys will like this one. It's another roast on Maldhound. Um, Now I'm gonna be a little bit less harsh and a little bit more fun with this one because I think even though I liked all of the attention on the last one, I think maybe people took me a little bit wrong. Okay. So I'm just gonna roast your leader, Maldhound. I'm not gonna troll him too hard. So this one is gonna be a start of the series of the good, the bad, and the pugly, which is a little bit of a roast right there on him. Anyways, um, when I'm looking at Niv-Mizzet Parun, what I'm seeing is like, okay, this is an extremely powerful thing that can combo off. It can also totally burn down opponents' boards. So that's kind of what the thing does. And so what you want to be doing with it is not necessarily storming, but you want to be drawing tons of cards and dealing tons of damage to all the opponent's stuff and regressing their board state and potentially doing alternate wins with things like Labman. So let's go and look at what's good in the deck, because we're going with the good, the meh, and the pugly. So what's good? Well, I actually kind of like Triskaidekaphile. It's an interesting idea to go up to 13 cards and win. I think it's definitely possible if the deck's built around it. Labman is also good. It's fun. You've got Tandem Lookout, which is an infinite combo. Vadric, which is a really cool, pretty unknown, very powerful cost reducer. Probably the best cost reducer ever printed in Magic. Psychosis Crawler. That is a really cool win condition if you build the deck correctly. And Niv-Mizzet Firemind is a cool kind of backup Niv-Mizzet that isn't as strong, but it is still cool. And Niv-Mizzet Draconis, that's all right. I don't think it's that exciting. What else is good? An offer you can't refuse. Great counterspell. Oh, I actually like Brainstorm as an idea. I didn't think with that. That's a cool idea. The fact that you're going to be shooting as a lightning bolt, basically, and then drawing 3 cards also. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Pull from tomorrow. Great instant extra. Fateful Showdown. Definitely an interesting include. I like it as a burn spell and doubling as something to proc off the commander. That's pretty cool. Midnight Clock. That's a good one. Swiftfoot Boots. Yeah, that's good. Curiosity, you got another infinite right there. Wizard class, it's pretty good. And you've got a Reliquary Tower, that's decent. Let's go and look back and see if we can find some meh. Trust me, there's a lot of it. So, the first area of meh that we're going to talk about is cards that were once good and are now meh. Sprite Dragon. The idea was once good. It's now meh. Young Pyromancer. Definitely a meh card now. Used to be powerful. Gutter Snipe. Used to be powerful. It's now very meh. Unless you're going Storm. So Vivi? Yeah, I could think with it. Talrand. It's pretty meh. That card was good 12 years ago. Now it's just giving you a 2/2 Drake that's not going to help you really win the game at all. So the added value is just so meh. Najal. I mean, you're not copying anything valuable. Like, let's say you're playing a bunch of extra turn spells. That would be cool. But really, with what you're copying, it's just kind of meh. Now, these little 1 mana card draw stuff of drawing 1 card. Okay, are we playing Modern Storm here? No. So these are just meh. Opt. Another meh for the same reason. Counterspell and Essence Scatter. Those are just like, there's so many counters that you would play on top before you play these that are better than it. So if you were up to like 10 counterspells in the deck and you wanted an 11th and 12th, sure, counterspell. It's fine. But other than that, it's just meh. Negate is, again, very low on the list of counterspells. Probably 8th or 9th. Counterflux, oh, it's still a meh. 4 mana for a counter, or 3 mana? And it doesn't get any cost reduction. So it's definitely meh. Frantic Search, are you storming? You play mana flares and stuff like that? No? Well, it's just kind of meh. Behold the Multiverse. That's overpriced card draw. That's meh. Well, if big score and unexpected windfall. Well, look, if your commander was about 7 mana, it would be good. But in this case, it's just a bit meh. And Chemistry's Insane. That's meh. And then we go down here. What's this guy? Oh, that's just meh. Robe of the Archmage. Well, like, if your guy had Aura Evasion than Flying, then it would be good. But in this case, it's just meh. And, Witness Protection, it's an okay removal spell, I guess. Yeah, that's okay. Now let's go into the Pugly. Let's see what's Pugly here. Well, what's left to go in the Pugly? You see all this token creation, right? That's in this deck? Now, why are you running Universal Sweepers with token creation? Burn down the house and Blasphemous Act. So you're going to blow up your whole board? That is Pugly. That is very, very Pugly. And then you have Spell Pierce. Look, the card's a nothing burger. It's so freaking Pugly. Impulse? It's not drawing you a card. Pugly. Dig Through Time. You should be running Treasure Cruise instead. Pugly! And Mysterious Tome. God. 5 mana to draw a card. Pugly! Relic of Legends. Your legends are 4 or 6 mana. Pugly. Evolving Wilds in a 2-color deck. Pugly. It's worse than any tap land. It only gets you 1 mana of 1 color, and it comes into play tapped. So Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic are very Pugly. Thran Portal, for that reason, it's also quite Pugly. So you're choosing one of 2 basic lands, and it's going to enter tap most of the time, And it's going to be less. It's going to be worse than a basic land. Pugly. Okay. Now let's go. On all these, I do a build for you too. So I did a build. Let's go and take a look at it. Now, on my build, I ran it under the same conditions. So I have the 2 infinite combos that he has, Tandem Lookout and Curiosity, and I have one GC. Now let's look at what my deck is doing. So, if you look at this, my deck is all doing one-sided sweepers, tons of card draw, potentiality to draw the entire deck, and also just keep all my opponents down to nothing, while making it very difficult to attack me for value. So Teferi is one of those things that's a payoff. So I do a huge draw effect, and then with Teferi right there, boom, ultimate on the same card, on the same turn when I cast it, putting someone back into the Stone Age. Then I've got cost reduction and card draw, cost reduction and card draw. Here's another idea of the deck is I'm cloning my commander. So that way I have many effects of Niv-Mizzet going off to supercharge it. And as you can see, all these other things are massive card draw engines, or cost reduction and card draw together. See, Archmage of Runes is better than Archmage Emeritus because it does both. So we've got one-sided sweeper, recastable from the yard, instant, so you get a proc over and over and over and over again with the Niv-Mizzet. One-sided sweeper, one-sided sweeper, one-sided sweeper, something to fetch any sweeper. Another thing that's a massive card draw, another one-sided sweeper, another one-sided sweeper. Something else to make clones, massive card draw. Treasure Cruise, like I'm saying, which is better than Dig Through Time, obviously, because it procs with Niv-Mizzet. Another one-sided sweeper. So we're at like 9 or 10 one-sided sweepers so far. More counter spells, more interaction at 1 mana. More one-sided, more counter spells, more one-sided sweeper. This is my GC, is I'm running Cyclonic Rift, which is way more powerful than Jessica's Will in this bracket. Jessica's Will, if you're in CEDH, or if you're in 4, yeah, card's great. But at this bracket, Cyclonic Rift is way more powerful. So it's another one-sided sweeper, another one-sided sweeper. Capsize, super annoying. Forbid in this deck is so gross because you're drawing a card, at least one on every single proc. So what your buyback is, you're going -1 card, and then you're able to counter over and over and over and over and over again. It's insane. Another one-sided sweeper, another one-sided sweeper, another thing to answer stuff. And you've got Decaying Time Loop. Now, this thing can go off if you've got a couple of cost reduction. You can just go and draw through your entire deck. If you, with the Parun out, burn out everything. Destroy everything. Card's insane with the deck. Aether Spouts, another one-sided sweeper. We've got more ramp down here. Cost reduction. Everybody loves Helm of Awakening. Plus it's a really good political piece. Puts people on my side early game so I can build up. Also reduces all my stuff. It's great. And then we've got 2 pieces of protection. Of course you want the Greaves and the Boots for your Niv-Mizzet. More stuff that will stop opponents from attacking me with crawl space. More ramp. And another card draw engine. Like I was saying, Midnight Clock is good in his deck, also good in mine. Same thing with Mind's Eye. Same thing with Teferi's Puzzle Box. That really messes people up. And it gives you a ton of procs on Niv-Mizzet. There's the infinite that he had. Flame Blitz. Very, very, very key card because you want an answer against Super Friends. So if no one's running Super Friends, fine, you cycle it out. Otherwise, there's your answer against Super Friends for 1 mana. Got more card draw with Niv-Mizzet, another infinite hand size, and more card draw, and more card draw, and more card draw engine. And then the propaganda to stop the attacks at you. Now, the fetch, which you should be running in 2-color, is Myriad Landscape because it's an accelerant in any 1 to 2 color deck. More than 2 colors, don't run it, but 1 to 2 colors, it's a great card. Okay, so let me know if you guys like my lighter approach. I like it, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoy.